and good afternoon from Hamburg, right from the Digital Hub Logistics. 365 days later, we are still experiencing the world under a pandemic. Nonetheless, we said we're gonna have to do the fast mover again, and we welcome you to the next 90 minutes of hopefully very, very interesting presentations, videos, and discussions on what is even a greater topic than Corona, COVID, or the pandemic, you name it. It's a topic that basically will challenge all of us for years and decades to come. It's climate change and how we can move our part, logistics and transportation, towards a more sustainable future. I'm here with my colleague Eileen.
Hi, Johannes. Hi, everybody.
And in the next 90 minutes, we will give you quite some interesting insights. You know that from last year, where we also had quite a number of international applications. This year, we are all a little bit more up to date on what it means to look into a camera, on what it means to run such a show remotely. And we all know that most of you are still experiencing homeschooling, that maybe a little child of yours will run in within the next 90 minutes, and they may find this thing a little bit boring. So Eileen and me said, for your children to have a task that may not be as boring as watching videos. When you watch this live stream, there are 4 little Easter bunnies hidden in and around this place. Maybe your children will find them, and if not, we'll eat the chocolate anyways afterwards. Before I zoom off too far into chocolate and Easter preparations, let's come back to the more serious stuff. And as serious as climate change, logistics, transportations, and the needed solutions are, as serious as our Senator for Economic Affairs and Innovation of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg. And he has given us a little statement on why the city of Hamburg itself supports the fast mover. Here you go.
To the Fast Mover 2021. I highly welcome the Fast Mover Initiative's clear focus on sustainability. I am convinced that we have to fundamentally rethink the way we produce, transport and consume. And by doing so, we need to move fast indeed. I believe a green transition of the transport and logistics sector is, of course, possible. As a Hamburg Senator of Economic Affairs, therefore, I initiated a comprehensive strategy in order to jumpstart the hydrogen sector in our city. In the near future, we need only want to produce green hydrogen in Hamburg using renewable energy sources, but we also want to take a lead in transforming sectors like aviation, shipping, road transportation, and metal production of the hydrogen economy. In addition, we also need to increase our efforts to unlock efficiency potentials within the existing supply chain. And in this area, I still see long remaining potential for digital solutions. Before I finish, I want to express how grateful I am that the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg is not only home for many established players in the logistics sector, but also for so many promising logistics startups. I know that the Digital Hub Logistic, especially with Johannesburg, plays a vital role in this development. I wish you an exciting and inspiring and good luck to all participants.
So, as you've all heard and seen, our Senator delivered his greetings in English as well. Eileen and me will be speaking in English. We'll be carrying out the whole event in English due to the fact that sustainability, climate change is a global problem, a global challenge, to put it that way. And due to the fact that we have, again, as last year, received quite a lot of international applications from Singapore to Zambia, from Sweden to France, and we hope that everybody watching now is as curious as us to see which solutions are out there. We started off advertising the Fast Mover this year by putting out 3 challenges: greener fuel, greener transport, and waste reduction. By the applications coming in, we found out that greener fuel and green transportation seem to be lying very close to each other, whereas greener fuel is maybe a challenge that is really, really capital intensive for lots of startups out there. We'll have a chat with Michael, our jury member of Shell, later on. So we said, let's merge these 2 categories. I said earlier on in our backlog talk that we have a surprise for all the startups being present today. First of all, everybody who sent in an application should consider himself, herself a winner, because you took the passion, you took the time to present us and our partners with your idea, and we will surely follow up every single one of you. Nonetheless, there can only be 3 in each category with us this afternoon. And while we put these 2 categories together, we decided that not, as we previously said, 3 times 3,000 euros, everybody will receive a prize. The winner of each category, 3,000, the second place, 1,000 euros, and also the third place will receive 500 euros. We aligned that in order to hope to give everybody the chance that they deserved based on the jury vote. The jury vote would not have been possible without the entire jury who's with us this afternoon, and I think we'll be able to see them all now. A very warm welcome from my side. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, jury. And as I've done so much talking, and we'll dive into searching Easter bunnies for the next minutes, I hand over to Eileen, and we'll jump right into the first topic, I would say.
We will indeed. Hello again, and let's welcome the first challenge Johannes already mentioned. One of the challenges our companies, logistic companies in general, kind of tackle is waste reduction. So the challenge was, how can we make packaging lighter? How can we make single packaging cartons? How does that work on a lower scale? That were the questions from our juries, from our members in the Digital Hub Logistics here. And we had applications from 3 different continents, from Africa, from Asia, and from Europe, who actually said, hang on, we do have a solution for that. Our jury was able to view all those videos, and today, as Johannes said, we will see the top 3 finalists who offered us a solution for this challenge. Before that, I want to inform you all that everybody watching will also be able to give their votes to show us what you think of those ideas. For this, we have prepared a Menti questionnaire. As you can see in the screen right now, I asked everybody out there watching to actually use the QR code or just go on menti.com and use the code. We will now see in a few minutes every pitch video of those 3 top startups and have a short discussion with each one of them. And after that, I ask you to kind of press the button. Who do you think has been winning? And then we will check with the jury if they actually agree or if they might have had a different opinion. But let's have a look and welcome our 3 startups. We will have in this category Zambia on board, we will have Sweden on board, and we will have Germany as well on board. Before we do that, I want to ask the jury a little bit. How did you see the applications? Were you surprised? How was it in general? Peter, Anja, Francis, Susan, and Johan, welcome to the Fast Mover 2021. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Peter, waste reduction, working at Chibo. What is waste reduction for you actually, and why is it so important?
Well, first of all, wow, good question, but I'll try to answer in a short way. For me personally, I'm more or less trapped since 30 or 40 years. I'm watching TV commercials nowadays, with social media commercials. And obviously it is so when I buy a product, I'm very happy, I'm very often happy. I think it's an easy way, it's an comfortable way, but when I'm at home, I notice very fast it's not that easy. I have to unpack a lot of times, a lot of waste. Unfortunately, very often also a pain in my wallet. So especially with a focus on sustainable development, it's also a threat. So to change that, that's a big thing for me to have a mind change about that and have more awareness in the moment when I'm buying products.
Okay. So you say it's actually more a mind change, more awareness, which might be interesting looking at Francis. Francis, you're kind of our outside-in perspective on this whole aspect as you're the head of design export. My question would be, in general, you work together with a lot of creative minds. What did you think about the logistics sector? Was that a very different thing or was it comparable? Were you surprised?
Well, thank you for your question and hello, everybody. Indeed, the professional environment consists of many designers and creative people who, with their knowledge and special skills, make essential contributions to a sustainable world, to innovate in the economy and to innovations, in the economy and to a resource-saving use of materials. Well, designers are consistently in exchange with a wide variety of industries, including, of course, the logistics industry. And I think good ideas and innovative applications should always be both surprising and at the same time clear and intuitively understandable.
Okay, were they surprising? One question to that, the applications.
I can't hear you.
Were they surprising for you, the ideas you saw?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if we can surprise the crowd with the videos after that as well. Susan, being a consultant, flying through the world, at least before Corona, how does that work with sustainability? What is sustainability for you?
So I assume in this context you mean sustainability on the ecological pillar, and I would say acting within the planetary boundaries. In other words, not demanding more from the planet than it can reproduce or process. And I'm actually not flying that much. I'm using the train quite often, I flew once with Ingenic, so it's quite okay. We're using the train a lot.
All right, great, thanks. I like the train as well a lot. Yeah. Talking about waste, Johann, working at the Stadtreinigung, waste is your business. Like, what did COVID actually change regarding waste and the Stadtreinigung? Did you see major shifts in Hamburg and the public behavior to that?
Yes, you did. It's quite obvious, actually. One thing is that people tend to buy more online, which means we have more packaging, and we really do have a problem handling all that waste that we face in the public space. And the other thing is that people spend more time at home, which means they cook more at home. The waste that they produce at home is just more. And that's why it's exciting for us to see what kind of ideas are there to make a change, to create a circular economy, to reduce the waste. So I'm very happy to be here, and I was thrilled by all the applicants.
Great. So we might have some interesting ideas for you, for sure. And Anja, you have already been part of the jury last year. Comparing 2020 to now. Okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now, Anja?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm sometimes too quick for our technical aspect. I'll just continue. Anja, interesting thing about you, you were part of the jury last year as well. Comparing 2020 applications to this year, what changed? Were you surprised? How was your impression?
I think I was surprised. It was quite it was quite a mix of people like last year and from different countries as well, different ages, a very young application, which I really liked. What I was really surprised was the one coming from, I think it was it Zambia, very south, with a very innovative concept. So that really surprised me. And the other ones I really liked as well. So it was a lot about plastic, which I liked because this is a topic at Biostop, of course. Yeah, I was really surprised of all the applications in the sum.
All right. Thank you for that impression. And that was the perfect introduction to what's coming now. We will see the top 3 applications we received in this category. You talked about plastic, Anja. The first one we will see is Alan from Sweden from Plastic Free. After that, we will go down south to Moses from Waste to Energy from Zambia. And then we will see Nazanin from MyCopac from Singapore and Germany. But we start now with the first video, so lean back and enjoy the idea of Plastic Free from Sweden.
Hi, my name is Max. I'm the co-founder of Plastic Free, a green tech company based in Sweden. 1,000 years. Did you know that conventional plastics are made from petroleum and stay in the environment for up to 1,000 years? We're plastic free and we're on a mission to change that. So we've invented a new technology for making a material that looks and works like plastic, but it's made from plants, not oil. Our biomaterial is 100% biodegradable, compostable, toxic free, and can reduce the carbon footprint by up to 86%. Plastic free is already certified by the toughest certification standards in Europe. Our company is based in Sweden and our technology is already commercialized. Here you can see 2 examples from our product portfolio, such as plastic free cups and wrapping film. Earlier this year, Plastic Free was awarded as the world's most innovative sustainability startup among more than 1,400 companies worldwide. So far, we've succeeded to achieve these incredible milestones in 3 areas. On the technical side, we got 1 patent and 3 international certifications. We also managed to develop the technology in a way that is highly scalable and cost efficient to operate, because we can use the existing machines for manufacturing. On the commercial side, we attracted paying customers, signed several partnerships, and built an attractive pipeline. And most importantly, we are creating meaningful environmental impact. All of the plastic that has ever been made still exists today. This is a crisis. This is an emergency. Plastic pollution is a threat to our nature and our planet. There is an urgent need and we cannot wait any longer. Our dream is to end plastic pollution. If we continue to use plastic the way we do today, there will be more plastic than fish in our oceans in less than 30 years. We're looking for partners and customers who can support us in our mission to stop this. Support us, because we are much more than a company, much more than a project. We are a movement of hope and social impact. I invite you to visit our digital booth and contact us for more information. Thank you.
Hello, Ellen. Hello to Sweden. Thanks for being here. Well, my question would be, why did you apply for the fast mover? Why is this so important for Plastic Free and for you?
The short answer is why not, actually. So looking at the topics that you cover, of course, this is completely matched to what we do and the vision of the company, because I don't know, we didn't have the sound. I don't know if it was, the sound was off for the public as well, but in fact, in Plastic Free, our vision is not only to create a product, but to also create a movement, actually. And this is a movement towards creating a sustainable future for the next generations. And we want to enable people to have the better choices and alternatives to the plastic products. And of course, we have started with different products which in forms of logistics. We have the pallet wrapping film, the first bio-based pallet wrapping film in the world, and of course the other products that we use agricultural waste in order to have the daily products and which have less environmental impact actually, and we minimize the negative environmental impact of plastics by substituting the better ones.
So for everybody who didn't understand it yet, plastic free, the name is pretty much the purpose of it, right? It's packaging without plastic. So a super interesting innovation. You are already in the market. You have first customers and different products. So super interesting for us and obviously also for our jury. Thank you. So let's have a look at the next innovation, and I introduce the next video coming from Zambia, from energy to waste. Enjoy.
My name is Chimfombe Mutale, the Managing Director of the Yaka Waste Management Company. We are into waste collection, especially of recyclable material, and also into innovation solutions dealing with waste management. Introducing to you the portable incinerator bin, by trying to solve the problems of waste and climate change. With the portable incinerator bin, a number of challenges have been addressed as a result of the innovation. This is how the innovation of the portable incinerator bin is and how it operates. It is made up of a drum and a chimney and a stand, the ash tin. So when an individual has waste, they open the door, put in the waste inside, light up the waste, and combustion starts. When combustion starts, they can close the door. And once the door is closed, it will be supported by the air filters. Combustion will continue to take place. As a result, what will be released, which is the smoke, will be filtered. And once it passes through the filter system, it will be absorbed on the surface of the filter system. So we have two filter systems, one which is beneath and the other which is up. When we saw and found out the air quality test, we found out that what was released was below the standards of our country. And we have been given a license as a result of that. So we are trying to solve SDG 13, climate change combating. And because this benefits the environment in that waste is dealt with at a point of generation and that air combustion is reduced, the amount of CO in the environment will be reduced as well. This is the first phase. This is the first phase of our innovation, and because it is the first phase of our innovation, phase 2 would love investors to come in and offer support in terms of monetary funds and also in terms of guidance and leadership. Phase 2 will be waste, and the amount of it which will be released will be used for the generation of electricity, and that will benefit households, and at a large scale it can be used to generate power. Thank you very much for this privilege.
So Moses, hello to Zambia. I hope we have a good connection and you can hear me and see me well. And we're so pleased to have you on board here. Tell me, waste to energy, that sounds like a dream. Why was that so important to you? Why is it important to your country or maybe to all of us?
It's very important to our country. First of all, we have faced a number of challenges in terms of electricity and also the alternatives which are sought are not sustainable. Usually we cut down trees in our country and we use them for charcoal because electricity is quite expensive. So because of that, we thought, why wouldn't we reduce on cutting of trees so that we can focus on something which is sustainable? So we can use the fire which is coming from, and be able to use it for steam and be able to use the steam for generation of electricity so that we can cut down on sustainable ways.
Okay, that does sound interesting. And does it work? Did it change something for you, your family, your surrounding?
Yes, for example, here we have just the prototype. We are working on the final product, but from the prototype, I can be able to put something on top as the combustion is taking place, knowing, of course, that the combustion is going through the filter, the smoke is going through the filter, so there's no need to be worried of the smoke which is being released, it's harmless. So the heat which is released, when I place a pot there, I can be able to get warm water, which I can use to bath instead of using charcoal. As a result, reducing on the amount of, first of all, emissions being released through braziers, and secondly, reduction of amount of trees which have been cut in our country. So at home, this innovative way has helped us to cut down on the amount of electricity that we use, and also the charcoal which release harmful gases into the atmosphere.
Okay, that does sound cool and promising. Thank you so much. And now I will introduce the third video in this category. Enjoy the next video. My co-pack from Singapore and Germany.
Hello everyone, we are Team Mycopack. My name is Nazanin, I'm a bioengineer.
My name is Ali Reza and I'm a civil engineer.
My name is Tobias and I'm an architectural student.
And together we are making a shift in upcycling organic waste into high profit, high value and 100% compostable packaging solutions as a direct replacement to styrofoam packaging materials. It is clear that there is a close connection between climate change and material use. Packaging materials represent 65% of household trash, with styrofoam as a leading material among them. Between 25% to 30% of our landfills are filled with styrofoam. It is estimated that it may take up to 500 years for styrofoam to degrade in our environment. Styrofoam industries are reported to be one of the leading global toxic producers, with styrene as the main building blocks of styrofoam classified as a possible human carcinogen. Marine and land animals are also heavily affected by styrofoam pollution of oceans and lands. There is a real need for packaging industry to reduce the impact of its material use and to take part in building an economy that invests in nature rather than to harm it.
Our solution is in nature. Mycelium, the structural part of mushrooms, the most common organism on our planet, has the potential to shake up the packaging industry. Mycopack is a novel 100% bio-based material produced by growing fungal mycelia of edible mushrooms of different organic substances, mainly sourced from wood and horticulture waste resources. Mycelium, as the only binder within Mycopack, is consisted of thread-like hyphea, which works as a natural binder to interconnect through and around the growing substrate. With the help of mycelium, the efforts to make a positive impact in the area of packaging will have the potential to make toxic and persistent oil-based materials such as plastics obsolete, and therefore can radically change the way different industries impact the environment.
We as Mycopack team have made it possible through our real-life proof of concept prototypes to replace styrofoam with a bio-based, compostable, and yet strong and resistant packaging solutions. Incorporating mycelium-based solutions is in line with majority of Sustainable Development Goals, mainly goal number 8, which is about creating jobs and economic growth, and goal number 12, which is focusing on responsible material consumption. Now it's time for us to bring our concept at Mycopack from lab experiment to commercial work. We are looking for potential partners to test our material in different industries. Also, we need an initial funding to help us to further characterize, validate, and upscale our production process. We are glad that we are part of this year's Fast Mover Challenge. We are looking forward to work with some of the potential partners. Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Hello, I see you're not alone. Do you guys maybe want to introduce yourself and my co-pack shortly?
Yes, my name is Nazanin. So I'm a chemical engineer with like a specialty in environmental science and sustainability. And this is my colleague Ali Reza Javadian.
Yeah, my name is Ali Reza, and I'm a civil engineer with background in architecture and construction.
Cool, welcome you guys. So tell me, mushrooms. Why mushrooms? What's so special about them?
I believe mushroom can save the world. I mean, we are working with mycelium materials basically since almost 4 years with the idea of reducing waste, because mycelium mushroom basically grows on waste materials. And our idea of this whole research group that we are working is waste reduction, from waste to resources. And when we see the topic of your the fast forwarder, we couldn't find anything more relevant. And we are super excited about using mushroom. We believe that its application is not only for packaging, but it has many applications. We have done several research in different areas. I have this little prototype, which I'm not sure if you can see.
We can see.
Yes, I think the background is limiting it. So this is, for example, like a flower pot. We do have like plates for like disposable plates to replace the styrofoam plates for coffee shops. And we do have a lot of samples for skincare industry, for like cosmetics. And this mycelium material is 100% compostable. If you don't put any protection layer, you leave it outside, you compost it within 1 month, it would be gone, compared to styrofoam, which takes almost 500 years to be degraded. The mycelium material is almost very easy, 100% organic material, and we are upcycling waste. So this is really important for us, because when we were in Singapore, we were working with a lot of developing countries in Southeast Asia, and they have a tremendous amount of waste, which you can't imagine. And usually they just burn it. I think that same thing happens in Germany, that now we are located in Germany. The good thing about mycelium is that we can use it based on where we are. So when we were in Singapore, we were using a lot of local waste in Singapore, like sugar canes. And now that we are in Germany, we are focusing a lot on wastes here, like a straw, hemp, or leftover woods. So this is really the positive point of using mycelium, because it's not really depending on the location. It's very global in application and in production.
Okay, wow, that sounds like the sky is the limit, like anything is possible with those mushrooms.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, guys. And let's now have a look at who will actually be the winner. As I announced, there might be a Menti vote. Well, Johanna said we learned a lot during Corona. We didn't learn it all yet. So we will need to skip, due to technical issues, the vote. But luckily, we have a very, very good backup. And we had our jury members we introduced already, and they did a voting beforehand. So they saw those 3 innovations you all saw as well. And we will now see who is the winner. And I can already tell you it was a really, really tight race, as you can see. That's not very clear. You can see a startup being on 3rd place with 6 points. You can see the other one with 8 and 9 points. So I can pretty much tell you, and I saw the votings, there were very different opinions on that. But still, there is a voting, so there are winners, even though Johanna said everybody will be a winner. Who will be on 3rd place and who will receive 500 euros from us? Waste to Energy, congratulations, Moses. Yeah. You will receive those 500 euros, and we will for sure stay in touch, because I can tell you, I saw the votings. There are some people really interested in talking to you. So let's have a look at the 2nd place, and in this case then also the first. My co-pack. That was a really, really tight one. Nazanin, the mushrooms. I can tell you the mushrooms were so exciting for so many of the jury, and you will receive 1,000 euro. Congratulations. And that leaves us to the no longer mystery. Who's on the 1st place? Plastic free. Alan, congratulations. You will receive €3,000 and also a workshop with the DE Hub initiatives, and probably also the one or other dialogue with our community. So let's talk with all of you, the jury and the members. Tell me, why did you vote for them? I saw some votings. Susan, maybe you just go ahead and tell me what was so interesting and intriguing about Plastic Free.
I love Plastic Free because they tackle the problem at the root. So I'm quite interested in the solution. I would be interested in if it's cradle to cradle certified or certifiable, because it's biodegradable, is it?
Alan, stage is yours. First of all, hello again, winner.
Yeah, thanks a lot, first of all, to all jury members for the vote of confidence, actually. And we really appreciate that. And of course, for the team behind. Yes, what we have developed, it is fully compostable and biodegradable depending on the product application. We are now using our technology for the fiber-based solution, as Max, my co-founder and CTO in the video showed, actually. Like, this is the cup. I don't know if you see that because of the virtual background. Probably you don't see that. And we're working on it for expanding to other applications as well.
Cool, thank you. Anja, isn't that an interesting solution for Bayersdorf as well? Do you have something similar in place already, or are you interested in talking to Alan?
You saw my voting. I will be interested in talking to Alan, of course, and then maybe some expert from Bayersdorf. We at the first place, we are focusing a lot on the first packaging of our cosmetics, and we have, for example, in Euro nearly 90% of our packaging from biodegradable stuff developed. So. But for secondary packaging, that must be really an interesting case for us. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So as you all saw, that was a really, really tight race. My co-pack had some big fans out there as well. Johan, do you maybe want to say what you thought was so interesting about the mushrooms out there?
Well, as I said, we're facing a big problem with packaging. So that was something that I found really interesting. And if you can't, if you're producing waste, make sure it's something you can put use to. And I think it's a great way. It's very interesting to hear more about that, because we know about some bioplastics that are already in the market that don't really work well because they don't decay fast enough. And I thought that the solution with the mushrooms is really, really interesting and could be really big, thing.
Nazani, do you want to say something to that, to Johan?
Yes, first of all, thank you so much. And congratulations to Plastic Free team. I mean, we are so happy that they won this prize, and it's like that. I mean, the difference is really low, and then we understand that all three topics presented are really necessary for the next world, plastic free, us, and the fuel production. And yes, I mean, we believe at Mycopack that mycelium is something that would be the future of materials, not only for packaging, but for construction material, for water filtrations, for many, many, many other applications. And there is this saying by the very famous mycologist in the world that mycelium is the thing that can save the world. And I truly believe in that. That's why 4 years ago, I did a drastic change in my career. And I choose mycelium to be my life from now until I retire.
Wow. Nazani, I think you will have a lot of fans after this whole session in general. Pretty sure there's another person who probably will have a lot of fans out there. And I can tell you, Moses, I saw the votes, even though you're only on third place, it was a tight race. And there were some people who were big fans as well. And Peter, do you maybe want to say what was so intriguing about this idea and why you love the pitch of Moses?
Very, very easy to say, and then easy. It's also the part which I want to share with you. It's easy and efficiency, and I think it's a very, very good idea to decarbonize in an easy and smart way.
Okay, Moses, do you want to say something? Congratulations, first of all, to the 500 euro and to getting in touch with all of them, pretty sure.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to Plastic Free. It's really a good idea. I was doing some recent research on it because I'm a chemical engineer by profession, and like Elia said, they are solving the problems on root cause. I'm very glad for the interest from a number of people, because we are trying to remove as much open air burning as we can, especially in our country, which is so rampant. And if a policy has to be put up, then we would work hand in hand with the council. We are working hand in hand with the environmental agency in our country, and they're very much in support, and they are almost licensing us. They just needed us to perfect it in a few ways, and we're working on it currently. And that's why we needed the funding. So every paper is on point. What we just need is the funding to grow it bigger. And like our area said, it can be used in mid-scale and large scale. Yes,
Great.
those are the things I would put across.
Okay, so you all
Yes.
heard it. Moses needs funding out there. And probably you all not only heard it, but you witnessed it. Those startups and the juries and their excitement. There are people out there who are truly believing in their ideas, who truly want to change something. And that's just a great spirit we witness here. And with that said, I'll hand over to Johannes and to the next challenge to see maybe a few more believers out there.
Thank you very much, Eileen. I think I owe you an applause because you did very great in going through this very first session. And I have to apologize. I think your microphone was a little bit noisy at times. That was actually me. I was eating chocolate, and so my apologies to that. And I think the second thing we learned during your first session, that next year's Fast Mover is probably going to be on cybersecurity in logistics, because this bug from wherever you are sitting trying to manipulate our menti.com, we caught you. So we'll do that. Thanks, Eileen. That leaves me now to the second part, and I hope that I can live up to the expectations that the first 40 minutes gave you. We'll enter our second topic, which is greener fuel and transport. As I said at the beginning, we merged these two categories. We received over 15 international applications for this category. Nonetheless, we had to look that, or we found out that the subject of greener fuel seemed to be a very, very large one, a very, very infrastructural heavy one. So we said, let's merge it. I think the person and the company who knows the challenge of developing, of scaling, of validating greener fuels to not only logistics, but the entire world of transportation and mobility is our partner Shell, and is Michael, who is with us this afternoon. Michael, good afternoon. I hope you're well.
Yes, thank you very much, and hope you are as well.
Yeah, as I just said, while Eileen was moderating, I took the freedom to sneak into one of these chocolate Easter bunnies and enjoy a little bit of Easter chocolate, because Easter is around the corner. Why shouldn't you do it? But again, let's be a little bit more serious. Michael, what I have said is what we've also observed during the last weeks of the fast mover applications. And you guys at Shell, you made this topic of greener fuels as a backbone of your business strategy, not only of the strategy, but also when it comes to operational rollout. Is it really that heavy, or is it maybe for startups also a playing field that needs still a little bit of development?
Yeah, I guess it is, because you stated already kind of the reason why there's potentially not enough startup activity in the space of green alternative fuels, potentially green hydrogen research and development. And but maybe before I start, and you stop me also looking at time, you know, when we start ideating, we browse off here and there. But let me start really with congratulating all the startups out there who participated. And this is all about you and your creativity and motivation to make this place, this world a better place. And so on this notion in terms of partnerships and collaboration, energy transition, we say, is a team sport. Yeah? And it requires unprecedented levels of collaboration, which sometimes is not easy, you know, for large organizations as such. And therefore, first of all, we are, you know, really glad to be part of the network, which is establishing in the city of Hamburg. And Mr. Westhagemann alluded to that, how things are emerging, especially around hydrogen, and startups playing a super important role in this to really, you know, be tree shakers and challenge the status. And on that note, however, there seem to be some hurdles, larger scale, and I, you know, would like to highlight 3 of them to answer your question in the space of development of green fuels, alternative fuels, hydrogen. It's first of all the high capital intensity for those developments, because it's one thing to develop a line of coding which helps optimizing logistical processes compared to really physical experiments, research and development requiring lab space and all the technology behind this. So that's actually where the public sector plays a super big important role, because that's where the funding is needed for startups and large corporates trying to collaborate to really kickstart these new innovations. And that's where, you know, for instance, there's a round currently, it's called IPSI, Important Projects of Common European Interest. And again, this collaborative aspect is super important, boiling it down to the capital intensity. And the second item, it's very much around the integrated nature of the development of energy research and development. So you really need to start from supply all the way to the actual application. And so quite complex, big supply chains for startups, potentially hard to really find their niche, but also there is in the supply chain, there's definitely need to fill technology gaps in storage and the tank technology and so forth. So therefore, I would like to really incentivize everyone out there to continue the great work in research and development in the greener fuel space. And the third item is kind of connecting everything. As there is no market yet, you know, for hydrogen as such, we're in the ramp up phase, and City of Hamburg is doing a great job at this. And you know, everything that's going around Moorburg is obviously, you know, really making this very tangible. But as there's no market yet, there's no venture capital, especially unfortunately in our hemisphere. Other regions, especially in the US, different ball game. But and that's what needs to be changed as well. We need more risk venture capital for those startups that need the capital to really develop larger scale greener fuel, hydrogen developments. So those 3 items I would like to add to your points. So
thank you very much, Michael. And as you've rightfully said, we'll continue together in our community, our ecosystem, the endeavor to bring more greener fuels to the streets and to the industries, not only in Hamburg, but of course around the world. Thanks a lot, Michael. Who's also around the world quite a lot is our partner from the very first hour in Genix, Julian, Robbert. I hope you are there with me. And the question I have to you is, how do you see the topic of sustainability developing over the last maybe year or years? Has it really gone more traction in terms of operational and strategic planning and in terms of the projects that you're carrying out?
First of all, thanks for this question, Johannes. And of course, sustainability has become a deep impact on our projects. And to be honest, I think much more than 1 year ago, because it became one of the important decision criteria in different business cases and plannings. So currently, we notice that there is a high demand for sustainability in our consultancy products, and the customers, they're facing us in different ways. So first of all, what is my current carbon footprint in my factory? Which process in the supply chain I have, and what does it and what is the improvement I need to consider about? And on the other hand, we see a clear focus on improve the efficiency in processes in terms of waste and saving material and using of resources. And I think, Julian, this is also one of your kind of thinking, or?
Yep, definitely. As you said, we see more and more that being sustainable is now an additional requirement from our customers. And in bigger projects, we see even that there are special sustainability work streams with own teams. And for example, in one of our biggest factory planning projects, it is mandatory for the customer that the building is as green as possible, using renewable energy sources such as the use of waste heat, and that the site is fully integrated in a sustainable mobility concept. So fortunately, projects are definitely enriched with sustainable aspects now. So, and then we hope that we can see more solutions today that we can integrate in our projects.
That, of course, would be the icing on the cake of this afternoon. Ruth, Germany Trade and Invest, I'm very happy to see you here this afternoon. Rather a personal question, not whether your children have found out how many Easter bunnies we've hidden by now, but a personal question. Has the last year, I mean, we've been communicating digitally most of the time, has the last year changed your personal sustainable behavior in any way? Less traveling, more trash, or how did that go for you?
Thank you. So I'm very happy with you today. And I also just want to say that the startups which presented their ideas here are really fantastic and very various. And I think that's what we really need. And it's good to show to everybody how much ideas are in this country. And so we, with the Digital Hub Initiative and Germany Trade and Invest, we support these startups to go to international markets and to help them, other startups from the world, to come to Germany and to find, as you told Michael, more VCs to invest in these great ideas we are having here. So personally, yes, Corona, I think, is a blueprint for everybody of us to change our way of thinking, acting. It's less is more. I think everybody understands that we have to change something, and if we need and use the Corona crisis for us as a blueprint for the future development of our economy, with the help of the great ideas of startups, we are on the good way, in the good direction. And as Germany Trade and Invest is also in charge to find investors worldwide to come to Germany, I think it will be in the future also a location advantage that we will be more and more important. So that's why I'm really happy to be with this Fast Mover event, which is not only to show their good ideas, but these ideas need to be included in our future of everybody. And Corona once again shows that we can only have an impact if we do it together. So it's a really good school, even if it's a hard school for all of us, but we have to use it and as soon as possible.
Thank you very much, Ruth. I couldn't agree more. Suska from Volkswagen Group Logistics, not Volkswagen, as we heard. That was an April prank. So it's still Volkswagen. It's nothing to do with Volt, even though your company is heavily moving towards e-mobility. Suska, you've been with us last year as well. You've watched quite a number of videos throughout your activity in the Digital Hub. What did you think of this year's applications, which are, of course, targeting a field that Volkswagen is also quite active in?
I was surprised of the quality this year. Last year, it was a creativity of the admissions. This year was a quality, and this shows me that we are on the right track, because when I see 15, like I think it was 15 videos of different ideas which all can make an impact to the world, it was really, really great to see that. And yeah, I loved all the videos. So even harder was the decision to make, okay, which one should I give points and which was not. So this year was really hard, and yeah, good job, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Suska. Enough talk now about the videos. Let's watch at least the top 3, and we'll start off with carbon offset. Here you go.
Global warming is the most dangerous development of our time. It threatens nothing less than our own existence on this beautiful planet. Scientists and our next generation marched to the street to build up public pressure on politics and companies. Which is why the EU has committed itself to a 55% decrease in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030 compared to 1990. This will mainly be achieved by a transition to renewable energies like wind, solar and water. But the logistics sector faces special challenges because it cannot use renewable energies for the transport of goods from the factory to our doorstep in our global supply chain, involving airplanes, container ships, trains and the last mile traffic through our densely populated cities. But what if we could retract CO2 out of our atmosphere and offset the emissions we need for our transport carriers? That's what nature is best at. European forests alone take up 370 million tons of CO2 every year. That is more than twice as much as the European air traffic emits. But how do we expand forests all around the world and protect precious rainforests from intentional arson? We help forest owners to create an alternative to timber harvest and generate a stream of income based on the CO2 they capture by measuring the carbon uptake of forests from space. With the use of satellite images and machine learning, we ordered afforestation projects in a much more cost-efficient manner than with previous methods. This allows forest owners to receive more revenue from companies that want to offset their emissions, and therefore it is more attractive to create new forests and protect existing ones. Afterwards, the information is tokenized and stored in a public blockchain. Logistics companies can purchase CO2 tokens to compensate for their transport emissions. NGOs and consumers can verify compensations through the public blockchain and monitor how committed companies are to reach their climate goals. This transparency helps companies to promote the transport of their product as carbon neutral, which is a huge marketing asset in today's world. Our first pilot projects are about to start, and we are looking forward to onboard more forests and logistics companies soon. The future will bring new technologies and make existing ones more affordable for the entire industry. But we can already act today and do our part to offset our greenhouse gas emissions.
Well, what a video. Hi, Julian. Good to see you.
Hi. Hi. Good to see you too.
So, to our international audience, to give a little bit of an intro, Julian knows the Digital Hub back from his student days. And you founded this startup not too long ago and straight away made it into the top 3. How does that feel?
Very good. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
So tell us a little bit, when did the idea arise and where are you at the moment?
The idea really arose during my studies, actually, during my master thesis. And our goal is really to accelerate the transition to a carbon neutral economy. And we just had the feeling that it takes a long time to have a transition in the logistics sector because you need new fuels, you need e-mobility and so on. And we thought we can offer compensations for companies, and so we can accelerate the journey of us to this carbon neutral economy. And we just hope that with new technology, we can reduce transaction costs of those projects, and we can make those more transparent. And right now we're starting our first pilot projects, and we are really excited to onboard more companies soon.
And for that onboarding, you could definitely use the prize money. Let's see where it ends up. Julian, we are, of course, very happy to have you in the close vicinity of the Digital Hub. And once Corona has cleared a little bit, I look forward to see you here more often again. Even closer in the vicinity of the Digital Hub is the next application, which comes from Opinion Labs. Opinion is a resident of the Digital Hub. They actually sit right along the road here, not in our building, but they have quite some space, which they actually need because they're growing. Enough talk from my side. Let's watch what Opinion has in store for us.
ShipZero is a data-driven service to analyze and reduce transport emissions. Let's be honest, supply chains can be really complex. We started in 2018 and are currently 8 data scientists, engineers, and sustainability experts. Shippers, logistics service providers, and carriers. We calculate reliable transport emissions on every single part of the transport chain. And finally, recommend ways on how to reduce emissions through smarter planning, more efficient behavior, or green investment opportunities.
Raising awareness through product-level emission allocation, identify inefficiencies in globalized supply chains, increase trade line efficiency, making greener transport planning decisions, invest in renewable propulsion, and team up with your transport partners on data sharing, co-investing, and reliable standards.
Our first customers are on board, and we currently experience a lot of tailwinds from the industry. But I'm pretty sure that it's just the beginning. We all know that our house is on fire, and we must act fast. And the faster the market moves towards actual climate action, the more the need for our service emerges. We need the best people to join our team, and for that we need some cash. And besides the financial part, we deeply believe in collaboration because the underlying problem is larger than all of us. So all partners that share our mission are very much welcome to work with us and create maximum impact together.
Let's ship zero together.
Well, they put almost their entire team in front of the camera. With me this afternoon is Tobias. Toby, good to see you. As I said, you're basically located next door to me. How are you?
That's true. Thanks. I'm great. Thanks for having us.
So, with Opinion, you're around for a little bit longer now. ShipZero, you launched recently, and this will probably again today give you a little bit of visibility. How are things going, and how do you feel to be amongst the top 3 so straight away with such a new product? Or is it not that new?
So it's a great honor to be selected to the top 3, of course, and we're very happy about it. yeah, as we said, we're up on this mission for quite a while, since 2018 now, and it's very interesting to see how the market has developed and changed with regards to the climate responsibility of corporates. And it also took us a while, because I can just fully resonate with what Michael said before. It's all about collaboration and not just writing a few lines of code. It's much more than that to build a viable solution. So we took some time to build a product which we call Ship Zero, and we hope to start now with joint forces, and of course with a lot of traction and interest from the market after the pandemic.
Thanks a lot, Toby. Let's see where this will lead you this afternoon. In your video, you already showcased some elements that are close to the heart of everybody who lives in Hamburg: ships, vessels. And we haven't seen any other vessels or ships or even harbor impressions in the videos. That being said, for the Hamburg port and maritime community watching right now, we owe you one. And therefore, let's watch the last video of today of clean ocean coatings. And I promise you, this will be a lot about maritime and vessels.
One of the biggest global problems is almost invisible, hidden under the surface: toxic coatings on commercial ships. For decades, tons of microplastics and biocides have been released into our oceans that systematically destroys ecosystems and habitats. Our team from Clean Ocean Coatings invented an innovative solution that is environmentally friendly. Over the last 8 years, we've developed and successfully tested our new technology. Its smooth surface stops the pollution. And it saves fuel, which leads to less CO2 emissions. This helps the environment and also shipping companies. Our new coating lasts 3 times longer than conventional products and is applied twice as fast. This enables cost savings of up to 600,000 euros per ship per year.
I didn't promise you too much, did I? There were quite some vessels in that video. Short video, but probably a very long research and development phase behind it. I'm here with Christina, and I'm very happy to see you, Christina. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Johannes. I'm very happy to be here.
And tell us, as I said, a very crisp and to the point video. But how long of research and development did you put into your product?
Yeah, this is already 8 years. It started as a research project at the University of Kiel, together with Feiston AG, and during several research projects, this coating evolved, and now we're ready to go to market.
You already have some pilots running, or?
Yes, we have 3 private boat owners, and we have test patches on 3 cargo vessels. The oldest one actually already being 7 years old and still looking good.
Very good. Thanks a lot, Christina. Not to build up the excitement too much further, I think we will now jump into the decision. Let me say up front, the decision in the greener fuel and green transport category was a lot clearer than it was in the waste reduction category. That doesn't mean that all other applications were not on top there. Again, what I said at the beginning, lots of our jury members, which we will jump in talk with in a minute, are very interested to connect to all of you. Nonetheless, as it's always in such a competition, there can only be 3 on the top, the 3 that we've just seen. And now I'm curious to see, together with you, who's the winner. And as I said, again here, I hope I didn't promise too much. We have a very, very clear decision. 7 points, 9 points, 19 points. This is a very clear verdict by our jury. Let's start with 7 points. Julian. You are number 3. How does that feel? Congratulations. Okay, I hear that Julian doesn't hear us, or Julian can't speak. Okay. Well,
my video wasn't working, so I was confused. It feels great. I heard 15 applications, and just being under the top 3, it's great. It's amazing.
Great. Keep up the good work. As I said, once Corona has cleared, we are looking forward to welcome you here at the Hub, and together with the partners, let's discuss how we can push you forward. Now, if I announce the second place, the first one will be mentioned. Then I can speak, actually. It's Opinion. Toby, congratulations to you and your product Ship Zero. And that being said, the winner, the very, very clear winner, maybe the clearest of this afternoon, Christina, Clean Ocean Coatings. The 3,000 euros go to you, the 1,000 euros to Opinion, and Carbon Offset gets a 500 euro voucher from the Digital Hub Logistics and its partners. So congratulations to all of you. Because the verdict is so clear, we will only take the time and put Christina on the dot now, together with our jury, and there will be probably quite some questions being asked. Christina, first of all, congratulations. How does that feel?
Wow, thank you. Yeah, that was not expected. We are super happy, and yeah, to receive all the feedback that our solution is so needed and supported, that feels really great.
Okay. Let's take a minute and see what our jury members find of that. Let me start with my dear colleague Carmen, the Managing Director of the Logistics Initiative Hamburg. Carmen, you watched all the videos. Do you see lots of demand or interest amongst the Logistics Initiative members in Christina's solution? Maybe some start there?
First of all, thank you, Johannes and Eileen, for this great event again, and for having me here for the second time as a jury member. And well, all of the ideas are definitely exciting for our as a solution for our members, and especially because of the wide range. I was astonished about this, and so I think all of the ideas should be the winner, and we even have to talk after Easter, Johannes, how we can present all those startups to our network, and well, and especially to Christina. Well, it's a pleasure that you won. It's a really great development, and I think the impact to our oceans are great, and that's a big problem right now, our oceans. And so your idea, I hope it's gonna develop so fast and big that every ship on the planet is having your coating.
That's the vision.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Carmen. Not many people may know that, but Volkswagen actually relies a lot on vessels to ship our cars around the planet. So Lars, from Volkswagen Group Logistics, any particular question, or maybe straight away an offer to do a pilot to Christina?
Yeah, hello together. Thank you that I can be with you. Yes, I'm very interested in this project. We got some contracts with shipping companies, and they are running on LNG, so they are already saving a lot of CO2. But we got longer term contracts, and it can be very interesting to connect you to these shipping companies, so that we can all benefit from your idea. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Lars. Felix, Gebrüder Heinemann, is connected, I know, to some cruise ships. Well, you don't operate vessels yourself, but maybe a point of thought to the applications, to the 15 applications that you have seen. Any discussions you want to follow up on there? Any ideas that really intrigued you? Felix, are you still with us?
Let me just quickly unmute myself. Thanks to everyone who participated in this event also. As you just said, Gebrüder Heinemann is not really in the shipping industry, but I think as a retailer, we do play a pivotal role with all the global supply chains. So especially I was super interested in the clean ocean shipping coating as well. I've never heard of the anti-fouling coating before. And it was quite interesting actually to look at the whole industry, not about like the fossils, but also about just the coating, how to reduce the CO2 footprint for that.
Thanks a lot, Felix, and I'm sure that applications we received will also end up in your post box for further discussions. Andrea, QLabs, we're very happy to have you with us, a player that is also taking first steps in the Hamburg innovation ecosystem. Maybe a few words from you to Christina, maybe on all the other applications. How did you find being a jury member at the Fast Mover?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having me as a jury member, and thank you to the startups for sharing their ideas and all their visions. I think they are very important to get this planet going. Actually, Christina, clean ocean coating was not my first choice, but you were one of the three, and it reminded me of shark skin, which was a kind of new material. You should know it. And I was wondering, maybe we could talk about that, not today, but later on, if there is a relation. And what I liked about carbon offsets, for example, is that that you guys are trying to share or create transparency using this blockchain technology. And what I understood is that you are going to get rid of the traders of CO2 emission certificates. I think that's the idea I liked most about that. And referring to Michael and to Toby from Ship Zero, I think the most important thing is that we do tackle this global problem as a global community, and that's where QLab is working at. We try to get people together from various countries to tackle with so-called wicked problems, and that's QLab is dealing with. And maybe a last sentence, what I'm interested in is how could you get all these various ideas together, which we learned about today? So what could be the next innovation if you put this ship coating together with the information a Ship Zero gathers, for example? That would be interesting. And my wish for the future is that you guys all stay in touch. And if you would like to collaborate even more, ask QLab, we can help you with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. We'll make sure that those connections will not end after Easter. Caroline, you are one of the brains, so to say, behind the nationwide DE Hub initiative, and probably there are little or few persons that have seen more startups in all the different hubs than you. And how do you like a winner being hardcore tech, not only in the software side, but developing a real tangible product? How did you see Christina and all the other applications, of course, as well?
Exciting. It's really exciting to see Christina win. So congratulations again. I'm gonna make it quick. I just want to point out like 3 little things. So first of all, what I saw in all the videos is that we've had not only great ideas, but also very great and sustainable business models behind that. And that's something that sometimes is kind of forgotten. And we see that like going further and further in the industry and with the digitalization, that the business model plays a bigger role and a more important role. And that's something that's really, really great to see. Second of all, and I think Christina showed that very, very well already. She said that she were working on that for like 8 years. So it's not only the great idea and the commitment, but it's also patience and being like really into that idea and follow the dream or the way, or however you describe what Christina has already behind her and probably ahead of her as well. And the third thing, Johannes, Eileen already mentioned that, we're very much looking forward to meet the winners of today, because we're offered a workshop for the 2 winners. So I'm very much looking forward to meet you again, hopefully very soon, Christina and the winner from the other category. So thanks very much for having me. I'm very much looking forward to see you all again. And yeah, now we should celebrate Christina, I think, for her great win today.
Thank you very much, Caro. So, Christina, you hear everybody is really happy and convinced that your product, your solution will have the next steps to go. The prize of today will hopefully help. There were not too many questions now. I apologize. It's rather been a congratulation series towards you. But be assured, you will have to do a lot of talking in the weeks and months to come, because I'm sure that there will be quite a number of companies approaching you. So congratulations to you, congratulations to Opinion and to Carbon Offset, and congratulations to everybody who applied. So we're moving slowly towards the end of the Fast Mover 2021. And if we look back over the last year, Corona and lockdowns has been really hard for us. In the media, you hear a lot about how heavy Corona has hit, especially children and teenagers, that this whole year, who knows how long it's going to last, will maybe leave a lost generation, that the children and teenagers don't know what to do with their time. And maybe that during Easter, the only thing that they can think about is how many presents or how much chocolate they get. And we found in this year's Fast Mover that this media is not true to everybody. Because last year already we had one application of a young lady who really put some thought to how she could make a good contribution to the approaching Corona situation. And this year again we had a young lady approaching the Fast Mover jury with giving some thought to how she could turn the world into a world with less waste. As I said, a young lady, a teenager, probably doesn't have a final product yet, and the jury has casted the votes as we have seen this afternoon. Nonetheless, we at the Digital Hub thought, while I was saying that at the beginning, we need to really congratulate that young lady, and we need to show that her second attempt was not for nothing. So please, everybody, welcome with me Kim. Hello. I hope you're fine with English, or shall we switch to German, Kim? Du sagst.
Hello.
Are you fine with English, or shall we switch to German?
Can we switch to German?
Ja, klar. Kim, schön, dass du da bist. Und erstmal Kongratulationen, herzlichen Glückwunsch von uns allen, dass du dir wieder die Mühe gemacht hast, nach letztem Jahr ein Video einzureichen. Ich weiß nicht, ob du jetzt mit deinen Eltern schon geguckt hast. Die 3 Gewinner sind ja schon genannt worden.
Ja, genau.
Wir fanden das
immer mal reingeschaut.
Sehr gut. Freust du dich jetzt auf Ostern, auf die 4 Tage frei, oder ist Homeschooling angesagt?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Ich habe jetzt Osterferien, weil ich auch in Niedersachsen wohne. Also ich habe danach auch noch eine Woche. Deswegen es ist eigentlich ganz entspannt alles im Moment.
Ja, sehr gut. Kim, Wir haben uns überlegt, weil du dir immer so viel Mühe machst, schon im letzten Jahr und auch in diesem Jahr hat nicht nur die Jury gesagt, sondern auch wir im Digital Hub, wir müssen Kim irgendwie helfen, um ihrer Idee noch mehr Futter zu geben, um sie vielleicht mit ein paar Werkzeugen vertraut zu machen, wie aus einer Idee vielleicht auch ein erstes Produkt werden kann. Und deshalb haben wir uns mit unseren Kolleginnen und Kollegen vom Fab Lab hier in Hamburg einen Preis für dich überlegt. Und zwar bekommst du, ich glaube, das wird jetzt eingeblendet, einen Gutschein. Jetzt kann man es schon sehen, genau, man sieht es schon, ein Fab Lab Hamburg Gutschein über 100 Euro. Da wirst du hier nach Hamburg kommen und einen Tag in diesem Fab Lab verbringen. Du wirst herumgeführt werden. Du kannst dich an allen möglichen technologischen Neuerungen, an 3D-Drucker, was weiß ich wo, austoben. Und ich hoffe, dass der Preis dir gefallen wird. Du kannst danach natürlich sehr, sehr gerne, weil das bei uns um die Ecke ist, in den Digital Hub kommen. Und dann hoffen wir, dass nächstes Jahr von dir wieder ein Video kommt, wo vielleicht das Produkt schon etwas weiterentwickelt ist. Was sagst du dazu?
Vielen, vielen Dank, Johannes.
Gerne, gerne.
Vielen Dank für dein ganzes Engagement. Ich freue mich riesig.
Super. Und wir haben uns gefreut, dass du dich wieder ja auch getraut hast. Und ich finde, das ist ganz toll, dass du ja während Corona nicht nur vom Homeschooling-Bildschirm sitzt, sondern dir echt Gedanken gemacht hast. Und wie gesagt, wir freuen uns mit dir, diesen Tag dann im Fab Lab zu verbringen. Und jetzt frohe Ostern.
Vielen, vielen Dank euch auch.
Thank you, Kim. So, to our international audience, that was, in a nutshell, a special award to our teenage application, which we simply had to honor in some way or another. Now, I hope the time has come that everybody watching, your children or your husbands or your wives have found out how many chocolate bunnies we've hidden. Eileen, how many...
Have you eaten?
No. Yeah, exactly. No. Have you eaten one? No. Have you found all of them? How many are there actually?
What do you think?
I would say.
Maybe we need a companion to track them. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. We need Ship Zero to track them. We need to, of course.
We need some coating.
We need some coating, exactly. And for all the energy here, we need Moses to come and visit. So, well, there. You see, we are not even finished and the creativity sparks, so you can be sure that there will be more fast movers to come next year. There will be lots of topics, lots of discussion with our jury members and partners. Again, let me stress to the ones who couldn't be showcased here today, all of your applications are highly cherished and valued. Our jury has casted the vote, and I think they've casted it quite well. That being said, we are just in time. This concludes this year's Fast Mover. Eileen, how did you like it?
It was exciting, to be honest. This was my first live show ever, which might explain some technical issues and some nervosity issues. But I loved it, being here, and especially I love talking to those innovators out there. And Kim, I think this is like a really, really cool prize. I want to go to the Fab Lab as well, just so you know. And maybe one addition, Johannes said not everybody was able to be part of the top 3. Still, to everybody out there watching, there were so many amazing videos and applications, and you will be able to watch them all on our website. From tomorrow on, you will see all the application videos, and after seeing them, you might be intrigued and you do want to get in touch with them. So you can just contact us and we kind of connect you that you do have the opportunity to talk to each other. Yeah.
And as sustainability has not only to do with saving our climate, but there's also a part that is called social sustainability. There's one little advice towards the very end to everybody watching. On the 8th of April, we will host a meetup here, also digitally, that has the topic of sustainability in the social aspect. We'll have 3 exciting NGOs from Hamburg joining us who all have a certain challenge to be solved. And if you can help them, tune in. The format will be a little bit different to today's, but we look forward to seeing you all on the 8th of April. Until then, I think this concludes 1.5 hours of watching television, of looking into a camera. It's now time to, and I said it so many times, eating chocolate, but it's really now time to celebrate Easter while being in lockdown or not even allowed to leave the flat or the house. Have a very safe and happy Easter. Stay safe. Don't lose faith in better times to come. And thank you everybody for making this possible this afternoon. Yeah, stay safe and see you again next year to the Fast Mover. Bye-bye.
Bye.